Good afternoon, boys and girls. This is our daily math recap on composite volume. So today in class we studied how to find the total volume of two boxes given that they are not overlapping but are a composite figure made up of two separate boxes. And so we're finding the volume of each individual one and then combining those and finding the total volume. So today I'm going to demonstrate using our problem set that we did in class today. So I'm going to go over B and C today. The first one has a box on the bottom and a box on the top. I'm going to refer to this as box A and this is box B. I'm going to find the volume of box B since I know my length, my width, and my height already. So to find the volume, it would be 15 inches times 4 inches times 6 inches, and that gives us a total of 360 cubic inches. Got out of the video there. Sorry about that. Now, my next box, I only see a length and a height. I don't see a width. However, in class today, we talked about the fact that we can use our properties, our attributes of a rectangle to help us since this is a rectangular prism. I know that this bottom here is 4 inches, so because this is a rectangle, this is 4 inches. And since I know this is 4 inches, opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent, this space right here is 4 inches. So I know that this width is 4 inches. So my volume formula for box A would be 4 inches times 3 inches times 7 inches, which would lead me to a volume of 84 cubic inches. Then, to find my total volume of this whole figure, I would add 360 cubic inches plus 84 cubic inches, and that would give me a total of 444 cubic inches. Okay. All right, let's slide on down to letter C. In this one, we again are going to label this A and label this B, and we're going to find the volume of B since I have a length, a width, and a height. So my number sentence is 10 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 2 centimeters, and that volume is 60 cubic centimeters. Okay. Now let's look at box A. I see that I have a height of 4, and I don't know my width, but again, I have opposite sides being congruent, so this right here is 3 centimeters. And I know that this shape along here, this side here, is 10, the whole thing, but only part way is 6. So that means that this left is 4 centimeters. So my volume for this box A, number sentence would be 4 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 4 centimeters. And that volume would be 48 cubic centimeters. Now, to find the composite volume, I would take my 60 cubic centimeters and add it to my 48 centimeters, and that would give me a total volume of 108 cubic centimeters. Okay. All right, let's go through and look at how we would do that in a problem-solving situation. And we'll look at number 3 and number 4. Okay. Number 3 says the combined volume of two identical cubes is 128 cubic centimeters. What is the side length of each cube? Okay, well, I know that I have two cubes. You're saying that doesn't look like a cube. That's okay. This is just a representation. And I know the combined length, or the combined volume, is 128 cubic centimeters. Okay, that's going to be important. I know that each one of these is a cube, So therefore, that means that each side length would have to be the same. Well, I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide it amongst these two. And I get 64. Okay. Now, this is the volume of a cube. I know that a cube for volume is side times side times side, meaning all three sides, or all the length, the width, and the height are the same. So I need a number that would give me, that I've multiplied 3 times, would give me 64. Well, 4 times 4 times 4, forgot my units, would give me that. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. So the side length of each cube is 4 centimeters. Okay. All right, let's look at number 4. A rectangular tank has a base area of 24 square centimeters. Is filled with water and oil to a depth of 9 centimeters. The oil and water separate into 2 layers when the oil rises to the top. If the thickness of the oil layer is 4 centimeters, what is the volume of the water? Okay, well, let's go back and let's look at our information to see what how we can label our picture. It says the rectangular tank has a base area of 24 square centimeters. So that means the length times the width of this base is 24 square centimeters. And is filled with water to a depth of 9 centimeters. Or the water and oil together have a depth. So that means the whole thing is 9 centimeters. However, when the oil separates, it only has a thickness of 5 centimeters, which would leave this here to be 5 centimeters, since the depth of both of them is 9. So now what we need to do is we need to find the volume of the water. Well, let's see what we know. We already know the height of the water is 5. We know that the base area is 24. So I already know the length and the width. So volume equals base times height. Remember that this is our area of a face. And in this instance, it's the base times the height. Well, since I already know that my base area is 24, I could just plug those values into my formula. 24 square centimeters times 5 centimeters. And I have 120 cubic centimeters. I hope that has been helpful to you, and remember to make sure you bring your questions to class tomorrow so we can go over them. Have a good evening.